Hello. Hey guys, today we're trying not for broadcast as requested by Terrangator, but I say try, but I think this might be a full game playthrough. All outside impressions seem to imply this is a pretty short game, like a couple hours, and I've been wanting to get to it for like a while now. It's because the game's in early access, that's why it's not super long, gotcha. But I've been wanting to get to this game for a while, and just, you know, haven't quite. So, you know, lightning strikes, somebody requests it on Patreon, let's give it a go. But I guess this is an early access, that's only the first 3 chapters. Final game will have hours and hours of branching content and will probably fill your SSD. Alright. This is it's a chunky game. I don't remember exactly, but I think it was like 8 gigs or something to download, which is a lot relatively for an indie incomplete game too. Alright, I don't think I have anything to change here. Got our subtitles and whatnot. So, I have not spoiled for myself what this is exactly. I don't know much about it, but I did get vague Papers, Please vibes, but I think it's more like I'm running the television as opposed to the border, but it might be for some illicit purposes and all that. Let's check this out. Game name. It's early access. That's one piece of useful information to explain that. You're not gonna call me that, are you? Oh yeah, see? The guy, he's running television, but he's also being puppeteered, so it's, yeah. This is gonna be a commentary on of some sort. The election. Day 1. Turn right. Oh. Spooky. Ah, terrifying real faces. I think this is an FMV game, so.
Hi, David, I have a call for you. I'm just putting it through. All right, mate. Dave here. Listen, I know you've only come in to clean up the place, but I've got a bit caught up, so you're gonna have to run the news tonight. Now, don't worry, it's not hard, and I'm gonna stay on the phone and help you. First, I'm gonna give you a quick tour of the broadcast room, so if you're not doing it already, look forwards towards all those screens. Right, look up at the top. That coloured bar is your audience. You want to keep the viewers going up and not down. Underneath that, you've got the screens. The one on the right is the broadcast screen. That's what the viewers are seeing at home. It's only a couple of seconds behind the master screen there in the middle. That's the one you control. Now, the 4 small screens on the left show the different signals coming from the studio, and you can choose between them using the numbered buttons on the vision mixer at the bottom left. Don't worry, I'll talk you through it and you'll pick it up in no time. Now, have a look to your left. These plugs control everything in the studio. I've left them set up for you, so provided you haven't fiddled with them, all you have to do now is throw the master trip switch and we're in business. Once you've got the power on, face the front again. You can see on the broadcast screen that we're in the end titles for the show before us. Fortunately, they go on for fucking ages, so there's plenty of time for me to explain. Oh, right, okay, they're over, so we haven't got long now till the broadcast. Right, quickly, mate, look down under the desk.
Coming up later on tonight on Channel 1.
You can see a load of videotapes on the left. They're your adverts. Pick any 3 and load them into the machines on the right. When you've done that, look up to the front again.
That's followed
Exercise with ham sleeves. Crazy Neil.
which tonight looks at the history
Crazy Neil's pre-Christmas crazy comfy.
great blackouts of 1871. Not one to miss.
Distressing spelling of comfy. Anyway,
Sit back and relax.
Alan James coming soon to a medium-sized hall near you. Undisclosed holiday gem for those on a tight boat.
Corn and mayonnaise?
You know seafood makes me come out and pasta.
Why not?
Yeah, I thought it might increase our volume.
Oh boy.
Select screen 1.
Prawns every day.
10 seconds, everybody.
What's up?
You're trying to kill me.
And yet you persist. Going
This always seemed really stressful to me. Is it's being in a control room with all the TVs and like the sensor button, all
I'm
this.
Jeremy Donaldson. Our main stories tonight.
Okay,
Moving on up.
all good. Next thing is going to be to throw the news titles on screen too. There'll be a countdown, but I'll count you in as well. Just relax, mate. It's all gravy.
Buys honest Andy's totally independent. And
So I'm running live television over here.
Sports
Which is
fans
terrifying.
celebrate as popular
So I guess if he
footballer
swears, I
Johnny
can
Anderson
censor it.
wins sports personality of
And I
the
want people to be watching, but like maybe I can subvert society a little bit by like letting something sneak through. I'm supposed to censor here and there, but if I do it, if I fuck up too bad, I get fired and or
We're
something.
going live to Advance headquarters to hear what the leaders of this
I never want to sit in this chair in real life.
have to say on their historic-
It seems incredibly stressful.
That's what's coming up on tonight.
3, 2,
National Nightly News.
1. Lovely, mate. Next thing is to throw back to Jeremy with button 1 when that globe in the middle shrinks down and vanishes.
It's a long sequence.
Switch to screen 1. Now, lovely, mate.
First, the votes are in, and it's a decisive win for Advance. The
I'm
Lions
stressed out and this isn't even real.
A bit of interference around this time of night, so keep your eye on the machine on the bottom right. You can move that white dot up and down, avoiding the interference using the yellow knob or your scroll wheel.
of a
What the
severe lack
fuck?
of actual policies and of being
Wait, why am I playing Flappy Bird?
The opposition parties have all conceded defeat to Advance's
Are you for real?
overwhelming mandate, but have yet to appear publicly.
Right,
However,
it's going well. All you've got to do now is play the advert at the end of the segment. Make sure you don't play it too early or we'll all get fired. Now the clock at the top is counting you down to the advert. When it reaches 0, press one of the 3 play ad buttons over there at the bottom right. I normally play the first one at the first break and so on, but you can play them in any order you want. I'll count you into it as well, but keep your eye on the clock.
we'll be going live to Advance.
It's a sensory overload. There's 2 voices happening at once. For you guys, 3 sometimes. Yeah. Kaka.
Everybody.
Jeremy, I need you to fill after the ads.
What? Why?
Wanker Snatch is running late.
I thought I'd ask him about the election.
Personally, I wouldn't try to confuse him with any big words.
That's the same policy we use with you.
I thought that was our little secret.
Aww.
He doesn't remember anything I tell him.
I'm deeply uncomfortable with your burgeoning friendship.
Me too.
Yeah.
Deeply uncomfortable with your burgeoning friendship.
We made it to the first ad break. You're doing great.
This is an A+. Look how not full my meter is.
This next sequence is what we call a multicam sequence because you're going to be cutting between multiple cameras to keep
Oh,
things
God.
interesting. A lot of it's down to personal taste, but here's 3 good rules of thumb.
These aren't my
1.
words. Please
Try and keep the shot on whoever is doing the talking. 2. Don't stay on the same shot for too long. 10 seconds at the most. So if you're on the person who's talking, try and throw in the odd reaction shot or pull out to the wide shot for a bit just to keep it interesting. 3. Don't stay on reaction shots for too long.
This guy looks angry.
A couple of seconds is usually enough. Then the audience want to see who's doing the talking, yeah? Stick to these rules and you'll be fine. It's not as complicated as it sounds.
I'm supposed to be listening to him and reading the directions, but there's an ad playing and this shit's going on.
Now, no need to wait for the broadcast to start. Try and stay ahead, mate.
Break.
I hope I took that in.
Thank you so much.
10 seconds, everybody. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Welcome back. Later, we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance. But first off,
Ready to go to Megan on screen
Megan
4.
Wolf is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolf, culture correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare
Right,
to
go
the
to
shop
Blunderclatch on screen 3 when she says his name.
today by none other than Lawrence Blunder. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my dear, I do hope you believe me when I tell you that being with you here today is among...
Switch to 2 for the wide now.
May I say, having you here with us is among ours.
Right, now just try and stay on whoever's talking.
Latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
The medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that
I
like?
went too fast, like a lunatic.
Well, as I said to Peter the Rat, that's Peter Jensen, the director.
Give us a look at Megan's reaction. Lovely. Now back to Thunder Twat.
I've worked
Thunder
with him
twat.
on several movies, all terribly successful. I said to Peter, what a wild ride this has been.
Oh god, that smile looks so fake.
I really meant that.
Wow, that is fantastic. And am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Was that a challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role.
Rapidly switching like a
I played
lunatic.
Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man. You'll remember that was the true story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all.
She looks not pleased.
For freedom. I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but honestly, who's counting?
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor awards, if I remember correctly.
It's so sweet of you to mention it, but I really am not in it for the awards, although those 3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for the awards, what is it then that drives you?
That is a beautiful question, Megan, and not easy to answer. Like you, I'm afraid. Cut me, and I will bleed. And often, that's how it feels, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Bleeding. Giving. Suffering for one's audience. I suppose in the end, I do it for the difference it makes. I do it for the people that I inspire.
I'm already tired of hearing this guy.
But most of all, I think I do it for the positive change that I can bring about in the world.
And today, of course, we're in for some real change, it looks like, in the coming few months. What do you make of this historic election result?
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking. Historic election result. Indeed. Historic is the word. Well, indeed. Difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. But I think I've always been quite clear.
That's
when
not
it
the
comes
best
to
reaction.
politics, that one should always.
She looks confused and bored and frustrated this entire time.
Not fuck things up.
Aha.
Oh, well, don't worry, you won't do it again.
Sorry, I said fuck.
He did it again. Okay, don't panic. I'll explain how to deal with swearing at the break.
Medicated, which opens next week.
Right, they've swapped the shot of Jeremy on screen 1 for a VT of the movie clip. You'll get a countdown on the screen, but I'll just let Megan cue you in.
My character, Dr. Lance Hemlock, is faced
I got
with a
distracted
decision
by
that
the
could
mess.
affect humanity's very survival.
Made them too bored.
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look.
Everyone's talking to me at the same time. Oh god.
The film clip, screen 1.
There's interference and shit.
Watch out for that interference, mate.
I know. It's very distracting.
I don't understand.
He looks furious as he's here.
In the studio, I'd love to hear what he's saying, but don't switch to it now. You can go to the archive when the broadcast's done. We keep everything.
I don't know that.
Go on then, say it.
What?
Told you so.
Miss Flanagan.
Did it for you, baby. All for you.
Dr. Hemlock.
We're gonna change the world, you remember? I want to listen to you.
I snuck in a little, like,
Told me.
them being sick of him.
Doctor,
I'm drowning, Lance, you said.
you need to see this.
No, it's all too late.
Look at this!
The virus.
He's the actor. I thought he was the director or something.
Sterility. This folder. This is the key.
Stop it.
At the
Yes.
end of the clip, you'll want to play another ad. Remember to use the clock at the top to count you in.
That's truly television. After this ad, we're gonna play an ad. They gave me this interference thing to play just so that I had more to do during these parts where nothing else is happening.
Right, I guess I better explain how to deal with bleeping out swear words. As you've probably noticed, the broadcast screen, here, is about 2 seconds behind the master screen, here. When someone says a naughty word, the bleep button lights up, like this. 2 seconds later, you'll hear that swear word going out on the broadcast, and you need to hold down the bleep button, or the spacebar on your keyboard, for as long as the swear word lasts.
Oh, you hold it down.
It can take a bit of practice getting used to hearing 2 things at once. Just stay calm and you'll get it. And if you can't tell when to bleep, just above the button, you'll literally be able to see the sound scrolling by. All you gotta do is hold it down while the red bit is over the red line.
Oh, it's even red.
Of course, if you do it by eye, you'll have to take your eye off the screens. That's why real professionals do it by ear. Most people like to have the volume of the broadcast screen a little bit below the master screen. Let's set it now.
This is a crazy deal with meal appeal. You don't want no lame-ass chair.
Mate, if you don't turn up the broadcast volume, you won't be able to time your bleeps.
Oh, here.
You're set to start censoring. Like I say, it takes a little practice, but I'll try and help you through it, and soon we'll have you bleeping like a pro. Remember, button lights up, count 1, 2, and hold it down. Remember to select screen 1 now that you've got the feed. Don't wait for the broadcast to go live. That's too late. You can use the number buttons on your keyboard, 1 to 4.
So this overrides whatever you have selected no matter what.
3.
So I can hear him being annoying and an asshole and so on.
Welcome back. And I'm told we can now go live to Advanced Headquarters, where the two leaders, Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury, are about to make their acceptance address.
Shall I start?
Go for it, Pat.
Shall I start? Okay.
Go for it, Pat.
He's pissed, which means drunk, not mad.
What a day.
They said we couldn't do it. They certainly said we couldn't do it. Every dirty, low-down, lying, southern bastard trick they had against us. But you, they had against us.
Shut up.
I'm sorry about the language there.
Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebrations. Sorry about that. I've had
It's a rhythm game.
Coarser than the granny's fanny. Coarser than the granny's.
How do you commentate over this? This is nonsense. I guess it's like Papers, Please, right? I'm just losing my mind. Doing so many things at once, on a time limit.
A party is what you have when things are going well. When the country is suffering, you don't need a party. You need a team. A team that can change things. But today is day one of a new future. A better, fairer future. So perhaps we should all be celebrating.
Except for the rich. For them the party's over. They shouldn't be celebrating. They should be putting their shitting pants on and opening their busted checkbook pants on and
Again, colourfully put, but not inaccurate. But not before we used our executive powers to pass the Assets and Wealth Act. Working with the tax office, we have
I'm surprised no one yells at me when I do that.
every person in the country with wealth into the
He looks so bored.
Probably you rather you don't. Because the likes of you and me are not welcome in there.
Get on the speaker? What? Oh, get on the speaker,
We'll
right.
be introducing a sweeping reform of the tax system.
If I stop to say something for a second, that makes me lose time in my brain when I should be like multi-switching and stuff.
Unavoidable set of tax laws.
So all you bastard public school snobs have got nowhere to hide. I've got nowhere to hide. We revoked your
I just switch back and forth between wide and the person who's talking, basically, on a rhythm that makes it feel more engaging on some level, like I'm making a YouTube video.
You're gonna pay it back.
Advance are going to turn this country from a nation of warring individuals to properly fund health and education.
That does hurt my score.
Living standards of us all.
The pundits said we'd have to raise billions, but you'll see when we've reclaimed what's ours.
I somehow knew he was about to talk.
Ferret shite. So to you posh twats,
The people who pay you a pittance to serve them drinks in their private clubs. The people whose children you raise.
so they've got time to get even fucked.
Advance have this.
I've got to train my ear. I've got to train my ear for a completely different thing to censor.
It ends today.
It's like
We will put the wealth of this
twats.
country back where it should have always been, in the hands of the people who created it.
They have swears I'm not used to hearing,
Yes.
and I have to condition myself to think, oh well, yeah, that you can't say that on TV, probably.
We'll start
I guess.
making it fair again. Just like we promised we would.
And until then, ladies and gents, I suggest we all get pissed.
I can't argue with that. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time.
Well, an interesting acceptance speech there from and our apologies for the fruity language. Hopefully we got that out for you in time. If not, someone's going to be in trouble.
Wow, it's throwing shit my way, huh?
That's all from us this evening at the National Nightly News.
Trying.
We'll be back tomorrow with full coverage of the first day under advance. I'm Jeremy Dawson. Have a peaceful Jeremy Dawson. Have a peaceful.
And we're out.
Right,
Good
looks
job,
like you've got
everybody.
it now.
Oops.
Thanks for real, mate. I've
That got on.
Ferry's about to leave. Probably won't be coming back. Job's yours, mate. Good luck.
Politics then.
Long old politics.
It's a fever dream. Am I dying now?
Am I dying now?
I'll see you tomorrow night.
We're not going for a drink?
No, got a date.
Lucky you. Try not to get murdered.
Build your collection week by week, and very soon
I like
you'll
how the
have a
two
salad
assistant
that really
ladies
gets the lunchroom
like
talking.
come into frame.
From tomatoes and oils to
They both
leafy
come into
greens and
frame
lovely
when they're
grains.
like bored
This
watching the
really is
broadcast. Like they group up around him in frame, so that when I switch to their
Every issue
perspective, you can
also
see
comes
them.
a companion magazine that explores the history of the art form, from the Great Balsamic Wars of '48, or Edward the Confessor's discovery of the cucumber, to the man that changed the very way we see the humble salad.
So that's early
Julius
access
Caesar himself.
pop-up talked about branching
Start your
narrative. So
personal salad
I
collection now,
take that to
and we'll
mean
send you your first 3
on like a
issues.
Papers, Please sort of way, there might be some kind of like conflict between
The
different potential factions, and like what I choose to broadcast could potentially change the narrative.
Or for just $7.97.
Maybe it's the choice of ads, like they'll say not to share a certain ad or something, or maybe I can show something that's happening on the screen.
Free.
Expose a politician or something that when I'm not supposed to show them. Like if I play, if I'm too explicit, maybe I'll get fired. If I'm too much of a naughty boy.
But don't delay. This exclusive
What a
offer
nutso
is available
game.
for a limited time.
ADB. Yeah, I choked at some point. Sometimes it's just a bunch of people are talking to me and I'm like, huh? Which thing do I do? Huh? I think I held on the wrong. See, missed sense. Dull editing. That's the #1 thing that dropped my scores. At one point, I was so focused on this information I had to deal with that I forgot to like. Yeah, I just forgot to like be jumping around a bit. And wow, yeah, interference takes a chunk out of you. So yeah, I let it just sit for a while. So I have to like be rapidly switching and be good about that. I'm using the hotkeys 1, 2, 3, 4, and spacebar, and mouse wheel. So I'm not actually clicking ever, basically, except for when I, you know, the moments you can tell I'm kind of doing it. The editing was just terrible. I went on ads late once, apparently. But does this remix score screen sound breathing?
I've left you a voicemail. I thought you'd end up here. Most people come into the archive room when they're done with a broadcast. That way you can see what you did and how it looked to the public. As you can see, there's 3 sections to the archive. Broadcasts, that's what you've put out. Rushes, which is all the stuff that was on all the screens. And adverts, which is any advert that you've chosen to show. So let's have a look at the broadcasts.
Okay.
On the left, you can see all the broadcasts that you've done. You can also get to hear from the main menu if you don't actually want to do a broadcast. You just want to see some of your past work.
But before that, let's
Select
take a look at
any of
what's coming
those
up later on
and click
tonight on
Load
Channel
Tape.
1.
Why not
At
watch what
7
you just
o'clock,
did?
it's the
When you're
semi-final
done,
of the
hit
quotation
back.
game, and it's a nail-biting quiz.
Don't really care about watching the entire 14-minute thing again.
Right, click on rushes and let's have a look at those. Okay, these 4 screens, they're exactly the same as the 4 screens that feed you the studio signal when you're doing the actual news. Of course, the difference here is you can mute any screen you like or any combination of screens, and you can have a listen to what was going on behind the scenes. Just select any segment, that's any bit between ad breaks over on the left, and hit play. When you're done checking out the backstage secrets, hit back.
I'm trying to find. I want to find out what he was saying in that one part. Play.
These aren't my cards. Please tell me these aren't my cards.
No, they're the right ones, apparently.
Oh, but this gives me nothing, Jenny. They must see that.
I know. I think they think he won't have anything to say.
Oh, for God's sake, come on. It's a huge day. It's not an...
Absolute bonehead. I don't care, Rob. I'm not doing it. I agreed to do 1 beastly interview a day. I made that completely clear when we started. Check my contract.
Hi, I'm Megan.
Oh, piss off. You're on thin, bloody ice, Rob. Whole wheat, man! Whole wheat!
We're coming back from the break. Quiet in the studio.
Oh, it's so loud.
Thank you so much.
10 seconds, everybody. Going in 5.
Reduce that or something?
3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News.
Can I skip
Later,
ahead?
we'll be hearing
Because
from
this is just the normal
election
interview.
advance. But first, our very own culture reporter, Megan Wolf, is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolf, culture correspondent. And
Why isn't there a
today I have
fast forward
guest who
feature?
starred in everything from Shakespeare to the Shotbot films. I'm very excited to be joined today by none other than Lawrence Blunder. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my dear. I do hope you believe me when I tell you that being with you here today is among the greatest joys of my life.
May I say, having you here with us is among ours.
Bless you.
So you've just finished filming your latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
The Medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter at the Wrap, that's Peter Jensen, the director. Do you know him? He's a wonderful chap, he really is. I've worked with him on several movies, all terribly successful. I said to Peter, what a wild ride this has been. And do you know what, Megan?
We have more read into her facial expressions now because he was the worst.
Am I right in saying that the character you play in this
And
movie
they just
is
snaps
quite
into
an
like a
academic?
performance.
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Look how great I am
Was there
now.
a challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man. You'll remember that was the true story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all.
His whole aesthetic's confusing because he totally comes across as being a director, not like the actor. Then the thing came up and he was the director, the actor in the movie. I'm like,
It's a role
oh.
that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor awards, if I remember correctly.
It's so sweet of you to mention it, but I really am not in it for the awards, although those 3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for the awards, what is it then that drives you?
Come on.
That is a beautiful question, Megan.
Get us to his like post-interview freak out.
Like you, I'm afraid. Cut me, and I will bleed. And often, that's how it feels, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Bleeding, giving, suffering.
Oh, he's so
for one's
pretentious.
audience. I suppose in the end, I do it for the difference it makes. I do it for the people that I
He
inspire.
talks about his goddamn acting career like he's a martyr.
But most of all, I think I do it for the positive change that I can bring about in the world.
And today, of course, we're in for some real change, it looks like, in the coming few months. What do you make of this historic election result?
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking. Historic election result. Indeed. Historic is the word. Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. But I think I've always been quite clear that when it comes to politics, that one should always strive to
Say nothing.
not fuck things up.
Wow.
Yes.
What a
well,
stance.
Sorry, I said fuck.
No.
I'm really apologize.
Well,
Sorry.
Lawrence, I believe you brought
You said
in a
it
clip
twice.
from The Medicated, which opens next week around the country. Lawrence, do tell us what's going on here.
I'd be delighted. This is a really pivotal scene where my character, Dr. Lance Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could
Shut
affect
up.
humanity's very survival.
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look.
Don't give a fuck about that. I want to see him be a Garbo man.
Mr. Blunderclatch,
No! I'm shutting this down. What kind of operation are you people running?
Mr. Blunderclatch, I understand you're upset, but we can...
You don't know the half of it. Rob! I'll be at the Dorset. Send up a bottle of scotch and a whole ham. It's in my contract.
A whole ham. These are like my chance to actually absorb what the fuck was happening because I'm so multitasking I can't process.
Oh, go on then, say it.
What?
I told you so.
Your hair looked nice.
See, this is why you're single.
I like these details, I just wish I could skip the parts that I don't want to rewatch. That's it then, okay. Advance acceptance. Yeah.
Apparently, drinking since lunchtime.
Christ, he's a liability at the best of times.
I know. God help whoever has to bleep this. 10 seconds, everybody.
I mean, a lawyer and a TV personality running the country. Seriously?
We've had worse. 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. And I'm told we can now go live to Advance Headquarters, where the two leaders, Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury, are about to make their acceptance address.
Shall I start?
Go for it, Pat.
Okay, well, thank you all for coming, and, well, where do I start?
So historical
What a
election
day.
event.
They said we
What was the
couldn't do it.
actual
They
outcome?
did. They used every dirty, low-down, lying, southern bastard trick they had against us, but you, the people, you saw right through their shite.
I'm sorry about the language there.
Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebratory pints. Makes me coarser than the granny's fanny.
Memorably put. But to be honest, who can blame Peter for celebrating? Throughout the campaign, you've heard us say that Advance are not a political party. A party's what you have when things are going well. When the country is suffering, you don't need a party. You need a team.
This is stupid.
A team that can change things.
Gross.
But today is day one of a new future. A better,
What
fairer
weird,
future.
shitty recontextualization of a word that never meant that in the first
Except
place.
for the rich. For them, the party's over. They shouldn't be celebrating. They should be putting their shitting pants on and opening their dusty checkbooks.
Again, colourfully put, but not inaccurate. Before we came out here to address the nation, we used our executive powers to pass the Assets and Wealth Act. Working with the tax office, we have produced a definitive list of every person in the country with wealth into the millions.
You know the sort of... Probably you rather you don't. Because the likes of you and me are not welcome in their gated communities.
Tomorrow, we will be introducing a sweeping reform of the
Is
tax
he drunk
system
as
in
a
this country.
performance on
No more
purpose?
hiding wealth offshore, no more trust funds or creative accounting. A simpler, fairer, unavoidable set of tax laws.
So, all you bastard public school snobs have got nowhere to hide. And earlier today, we revoked your passports. You want them back?
Did you say public school snobs? Isn't public school where everyone goes? You mean private school?
First, you're gonna pay up. You're gonna pay back.
This is different in the
Advance are going
UK.
to turn this country from a nation of warring individuals into a team. To properly
That
fund
will never
health and
happen. That's not how
education,
anything works.
To raise the living standards of us all.
The pundits said we'd have to raise billions, but you'll see when we've reclaimed what's ours, that's absolute ferret shite. So to you posh twats...
The people who pay you a pittance to serve them drinks in their private clubs. The people whose children you raise.
So they've got time to get even fucking richer.
Advance have this to say to you.
It ends today.
We are coming for your sports cars and your mansions and your vineyards.
It ends today.
We will put the wealth of this country back where it should have always been. In the hands of the people who created it.
It ends today.
Yes, it ends today. And tomorrow, we'll start making it fair again. Just like we promised we would.
And until then, ladies and gents, I suggest we all get pissed.
I can't argue with that. Thank you for your time.
Okay.
Well, an interesting acceptance speech there from the leaders of Advance. And our apologies for the fruity language.
The fruity language. Oops.
If not,
Someone's going to be losing their trouble. Yeah.
So,
I think they had a commercial break conversation we can go back to.
That's all from us this evening.
Okay, so they're taxing the rich, they're closing tax loopholes, and they're funding healthcare and education. Like, this all sounds like good
I'm
news.
Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night.
But I feel like I'm gonna find out reasons to hate these people
And we're out.
and
Good
expose
job,
them or
everybody. Stay
something.
again tomorrow. Call times are on the board. So, same old boring politics then?
Is this some weird fever dream? Am I dying now or something?
You should be so lucky. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Not coming for a drink?
No, got a date.
Lucky you. Try not to get murdered.
He doesn't like it, apparently. Maybe there's something I don't know. Not that I have a reason to like this guy yet.
Prawn and mayonnaise?
Pustules.
Yeah, thought it might increase our viewing figures.
Every day. You offer me prawns every day.
10 seconds, everybody. That's how I show love.
You're trying to kill me.
And yet you persist, going 5, 4.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Dalton.
Is she?
Our main story
I think he has a seafood
Moving on up,
allergy.
The election win that experts said just couldn't happen. Hopeful or hostile? Controversy as global mega corporation Remington Cyst buys Honest Andy's Totally Independent and corners the Flard market.
The
Top chat.
fuck is Flard?
Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer Johnny Hamsleeves wins Sports Personality of the Year. And a spoonful of sugar. Megan will be chatting with movie star Lawrence Blunder about his new movie, The Medicated. And, of course, we'll be going live to advanced headquarters to hear what the leaders of this fledgling party have to say on their historic victory. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
30 seconds back.
They're cleaning him up. Is that necessary? Do you really need to like replay makeup that immediately?
Seriously, that prick Blunder clutch on election night?
Yeah, Megan's pretty pissed off too.
I'm not surprised. The bloke with no democracy, he's shutting his cornflakes.
Yeah, but he's hot though.
I suppose so, into oxygen thieves.
10 seconds, everybody.
What?
Your fragility is leaking.
Your fragility is
5,
leaking?
4, 3.
But first, the votes are in and it's a decisive win for Advance. The landslide victory, with an astonishing 81% of the popular vote, is the
Impossible,
biggest election win
basically.
in living memory. Advance appealed to voters up and down the country with their bold promises of permanent change. But critics have accused him of a severe lack of actual policies and of being deliberately vague. The opposition parties have all conceded defeat to Advance's overwhelming mandate, but have yet to appear publicly. However, former Home Secretary Geoffrey Jeffries has issued a statement in which he
That
comments
name should be illegal.
We have all been seduced by the shiny wrapping paper, but have yet to see the contents of the box. Sounds like sour grapes to me, Jeff. After the break, Megan Wolf will be speaking to a man whose grapes certainly aren't sour, the international heartthrob and inexplicable box office sensation that is Lawrence Blunder. And later in the program, we'll be going live to Advance HQ to hear the co-leader's acceptance speech. That's all coming up after the break.
Lawrence is supposed to be the heartthrob?
Jeremy.
Okay.
I need you to fill after the ads.
What? Why?
Wanker Snatch is running late.
Oh.
I thought I'd ask him about the election.
Personally, I wouldn't try to confuse him with any big words.
That's the same policy we use with you.
I thought that was our little secret.
It's all right, he doesn't remember anything I tell him.
I'm deeply uncomfortable with your burgeoning friendship.
Love you too.
Yeah.
He's sleeping with both of them, isn't he? Apparently. Okay. So he was really mad that they asked about the election at all, and so then he went to great lengths to say absolutely nothing, which I could definitely see. It's incredible. I'm sorry if this is like really repetitive for you guys in the audience watching the same thing twice. I don't know how much you're taking in, but I take in none of it while I'm there live. I am watching. I'm just like, when I'm playing the game, none of this information is landing. I don't know what's happening or who's saying what or how people feel about what or even what the the election was. None of that was able to get translated in because I was so busy with this shit. I don't even know what happened in these. To be fair, there was also a goddamn tutorial guy talking the entire time. So I don't know. Maybe I'll take more in the future. Although even then, I'm switching to the channel. I can only see what's happening on the channel I switch to. And whatever channel I switch to, like, if I'm trying to do a good job, then I'm not showing all this constant back talk, all these background details. So, like, I don't get a chance to absorb any of that information, like the blooper reel stuff, because I'm trying to show, like, the ad or whatever, and that's all I can tell, and so on. That can be frustrating. Exercise with ham sleeves.
Hi, I'm world-class sporting legend Johnny Hamsleeves. I'm not fat.
His name is Ham Sleeves.
Don't worry, ladies.
That's
Now
what's
you can
going on.
have me,
I don't think I can bring myself to watch all of these back to back right now, but
Celebrate the classic classic age of salad with this exquisite limited edition collection. My Salad Weekly. Sign up now and every week we'll send you an authentic, ethically sourced ingredient to add to your salad.
Just one
Build your collection
ingredient?
week by week and
What the fuck? Free inside. There's a tomato this time. Just one.
Welcome to Crazy Deals, crazy pre-Christmas sofa and chair deals. It's a steal with Crazy Deal. We don't care if you've been naughty or nice. We got green sofas, red sofas.
These have to all be like hot bullshit, right? All right. Whew. Returning distress. Day 3. Unexpected form. You arrive at home to find a post on the mat. Most being nothing more than the usual junk mail. One letter, however, catches your eye. The team wants to know you. Curiosity gets the better of you and you open it. It's a form from the new advanced government, asking for information on all citizens. The first page is filled in already. Your name, Alex Winston. Your spouse, Sam Winston. Your children, Charles Winston and Susie Winston. My kids, so I have a family. I've got a wife or a husband. They use the name Sam, so you can be up in the air about that potentially. Yeah, Alex and Sam are both neutral gender names. Then you have kids, Charles and Susie, which are both teenagers. Well, you muse, at least they got the basics right. The rest of the questions are left for you to complete. They appear to be mandatory. Question 1. Upon starting a new job, you would be friendly to yourself and be friendly and introduce yourself to your new coworkers. Be productive and get to work immediately. Ease yourself in and orient yourself with your new workplace. Reminisce with friends about old jobs. Orient myself in a new workplace, probably. Figure out what the hell's going on. I'm not good at just like going around introducing myself to everybody. A colleague in a different department has confided in you that they've been taking home confidential information. Now, a file of minor importance has gone missing. You would help your colleague cover up the violation. This is bait. Yep, this is bait. This isn't a personality test about like what are you like? This is like say the correct answers or get in deep shit. It's like when you get hired at a retail place, they always use an example question of like your colleague takes a soda from the like the refrigerator by the register or whatever and doesn't pay for it and so on. Like what do you do? And like you have to even for the most minor thing you do need to like report them, and then they get fired because there's zero tolerance on those kinds of things. And if you don't answer that question correctly, no matter what your personal feelings are about that kind of stuff, you don't get the fucking job. I remember that process when I got hired at Best Buy and that question came up. Report the violation to your supervisor immediately is the only answer you're allowed to say in this situation. Question 3. An entire department was fired today for consistent underperformance. Your boss has put in place new targets that are significantly higher than the previous ones. You would leave work on time, stay late to ensure that you hit the first deadline, leave work early and head to the pub, chat about the changes with the colleagues, leave work early and head home to see your family. An entire department was fired for underperformance, and then your boss adds higher goals. They want me to say that I'll stay late to ensure you hit the first deadline, which is some hot bullshit. This is how you get into a death spiral of unethical work practices that leads to like why video game developers are always in crunch and so on. I'm gonna fucking try my luck and say leave work on time. Leave early gets you in deep shit, obviously. That's called wage theft or whatever, or time theft or whatever they call it. They don't, generally speaking, if you just leave when you're supposed to be working, that doesn't go over well. Question 4. It's the annual company barbecue and you and your family have been invited. You are looking forward to enjoying a nice day out with friends and family. Are washing your hair that day? Go if you're free but won't mind missing it. Have been practicing with your coworkers and think you'll win the talent contest this year. Oh god. Cringe. Looking forward to enjoying a nice day out with friends and family. You've had a long, successful career and are now about to retire. In your speech, you list your advancements and all the good memories you have working there. Give an honest review of the pros and cons of the company. Focus on issues and challenges you faced while working there. Refuse to attend. List my memories, I guess. In your spare time, you like to relax, alone, doing things like listening to music or making models. Attend political rallies and stand up for what you believe in. Encourage and support your children with their hobbies or play in your local sports team. I guess take care of my children. Your ideal holiday getaway would be surrounded by natural beauty, getting away from the strain of the daily grind, exploring somewhere unfamiliar, discovering new experiences and challenges. A structured day at a theme park bustling with thrills and attractions for you and your family. A romantic getaway with your partner to a tropical island paradise. Somewhere unfamiliar, it'd be neat. Question 8. It is most important that the government help keeps you safe, free, happy, equal. Equal? Thank you for your cooperation. Advance knows your time is valuable and we appreciate you helping and leading the nation to a brighter future. Oh god. We're gonna die. I fucked up my breathing and the continual reading made me yawn. Day 6. We are not working day to day apparently in this thing, or at least we're not showing that in the game. Day 6, a family matter. It's late. Sam and the kids have gone to bed. You're just drying up a favorite coffee cup. Drying up a favorite coffee cup. Oh, you just mean you're drying it because you washed it. I'm like, do they call getting coffee drying up? I'm ready for different adages and shit. And yeah. A worn out souvenir of your first trip together. The print's faded, but the goofy face still makes you smile. A knock at the window brings you back to reality. There in the garden, clutching a gaudy neon green suitcase, is Chris, Sam's sibling. As soon as you let them in, they sit at the kitchen table, visibly stressed. Chris takes a deep breath. I'm so sorry for bursting in so late, Alex. Chris stammers, but I need a favor, and you're the only one I can ask. Are you okay? Should I go get Sam? No. No need to worry, Sam. It's you I came to see. I just need 2 minutes. You've heard about the Assets and Wealth Act. I literally work in news, Chris. Chris' fist bangs the table. It's total bullshit. They're taking whatever they want and distributing it as they see fit. No government should have that kind of power. I can't believe they're actually getting away with it. Madness. Which is why I need your help. Why do I get the feeling I'm not gonna like this? Chris's eyes seem to be resting comfortably on the floor tiles. Look, I know it's a lot to ask, but I need to borrow your passport. My passport? I can't give you that. That's illegal. It says quote instead of apostrophe. They're taking mine in half the bloody countries, but people always say you and I look similar, so... Chris is pacing now. I need to leave before it's too late. Once I'm out, me and my money will be safe. But I need to go now, before they freeze my accounts. Please, Alex. I wouldn't ask if I had any other choice. Who is Chris? Is he like this rich guy that's trying to be the exception to the problem? Or what's going on here? Surely there's another way. It can't be that serious. Chris's mouth falls open. You're joking, right? I've always done right by you and Sam. I've treated your children like they were my own. We're family. Does that not mean anything to you? It's against the law. I can't help you with this. Fine, I'll solve this myself. Chris spits. So much for family loyalty, eh? Grabbing the nigh-on fluorescent suitcase. Chris disappears into the night. You go back to the dishes, picking up Sam's cup again. The peeling face now seems to bore into you. A knot in your stomach tightens. I feel like I could do with more context of what's actually happening in the world if I'm gonna make a choice like this. Like, these people have lived a week in this world, but I haven't. I don't have, all I did was answer a questionnaire. Like, are they freaking out because something actually, is shit going bad? Oh well. Oh, right. I forgot that this area is over here. It's November, apparently. Wait. Election day. Oh yeah, right. It wasn't the 5th of it. Fucking Comic Sans, huh? Turn a little fan on. Whee! Alright, should we play this? Is this toy safe? Remington Swiss must have toy for your child this Christmas. Alan James is coming soon to Medium Hall near you. Crazy deal! Festive Yuletide Ornament Spectacular. Advance Go-Getters should be played. Introducing Advance's Go-Getters Teen Team. I guess I gotta put that in then, right? I don't know if I'm supposed to. I don't know if I want to support or go against the government because I don't have much context for what they're doing. An elegant new skin cream with a porky little twist. Gross. Get in there. You get in there too. Let's just have fun here. We have fun here. Some children are gonna lose some fingers. It'll be fun.
You can see they finally got the old headline system up and working again, and the Vision Mixer's already in headline mode because headlines always come at the start. It's really simple, mate. These two buttons at the bottom of the Vision Mixer, you can see they now have A and B on them, and they're to help you pick image A on the left bottom screen here, or image B on the right bottom screen here. It's really simple. This little clock here will count down the number of seconds you have to make your decision. Provided you make a decision in that time, you're fine. And you can change your mind as much as you want until the clock reaches 0. But if you don't make any decision, you'll be fired before you even get to make another choice. I just want to say one more thing, mate. The pictures you choose to show of these people, well, that's how the public is going to perceive them, and that's going to affect their lives. So like with the adverts, choose carefully.
Okay, some kind of choice system? I missed like I didn't quite get a couple of sentences in at first. Wait.
Yeah, the one that mistrusts the moon. 10 seconds, everybody.
The dogs have their own secret language.
Don't blame me when it explodes. Going in 5.
I'm making, so this is where the choice system comes in, I guess.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Dawson. Our main headlines tonight. Destination unknown. At the end of Advance's first full week in office, we ask exactly who's leading this charge. Tonight, I'll be discussing what the new future might hold with a leading economist and radical freethinker. With the Assets and Wealth Act on the brink of raising living standards for the vast majority of the country, I'll be asking my guests if we're on the way to a new future. Out with the old, Remington's Fist have appointed Sophia Remington as their new CEO. The following photo, taken from our archive, gives us a sense of this influential young firebrand who, at the tender age of 23, becomes
So I can
the
like hype
youngest
them
female
up
CEO
or shit on
in
them,
history.
basically.
Sophia Remington has always impressed. She was top of her class at university and graduated with the highest honours, immediately being asked back to lecture.
What a shitty stock photo, by the way.
Sophia's appointment, with stocks
Standing,
rising 30 points
this
in light
white
of the announcement.
background.
In her first press conference this afternoon, Sophia announced a children's toy named Mr. Snugglehearts. Sophia promises it'll be all the rage this Christmas, but concerns have been raised about the product's safety. Making a splash, intrepid scientist Dr. David Wong and marine biologist Ingrid Swarsborg-Horgensford have today set off to explore Dante's taint. The recently discovered taint was previously thought unreachable, but thanks to a new breakthrough in underwater flower technology, the pair hope to successfully reach the imposing central cavern and the undiscovered plant species it contains. This is, of course, only the latest in a series of successful expeditions for this unlikely pair. In a joint statement about the dangers their team might face, the pair stated, "We will face the plentiful challenges together like we always have." Playing the field, rumours abound as sporting legend Johnny Hamsleeves is not leaving Bush, one of the capital's hottest clubs. The footballer was caught while out celebrating being named Sports Personality of the Year last week, as reported by this very program. And judging from the angle and velocity of that spray, it looks like Johnny may have been celebrating a little bit too much. I certainly wouldn't want to be his dry cleaner.
They got branches. It's a funny little thing. Okay.
With Advance promising a radical new position on crime, how afraid should we actually be? I'll be going live around the country to talk with people who've seen the criminal justice system from every perspective. With more and more powers passing to the police and less oversight, are we using an advanced-shaped sledgehammer to crack a nut? All that.
Yeah, militarization of the police. Let's bring that up.
Of the new Assets and Wealth Act firsthand. They'll be talking and performing later. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Okay. I'm losing my mind a little bit. Okay. This intro is absurd. And you play Weird Little Flappy Bird for a bit. So this branching dialogue, which they cover by having it turn into a full screen image so you can't see the cut in the guy who's talking about the other thing. It makes it seamlessly feel like it's flowing between all the different things.
In the wake of the government's swift enactment of the Assets and Wealth Act, we're talking about Advance's first week in office and what the new future holds. Joining me are Katie Brightman, a leading economist, and Alan James, author of Alan James is Right, The Free Man's Guide to Waking Up. Alan, the government certainly haven't dragged their heels on delivering some of the legislation they promised. But what does the Wealth Act mean for us?
Nothing, Jeremy. We're still vassal slaves, we're just in prettier cages.
A confident dismissal there. Katie Brightman, do you agree?
I'm afraid I don't, no. I think that Advance have realised that the current economic system of unlimited, unending growth is untenable, so they're changing things up.
There I agree with you. They're moving to the next steps in the grand plan.
Grand plan, Alan?
It's all in my book. Alan James is right, Jeremy. We're to become the great herd. Ignorant, sterile, and short-lived. That's what they want.
Or perhaps Advance have just realised that if we carry on the way we are, we will destroy ourselves and this planet in a mad orgy of consumption, if you'll excuse the colourful metaphor.
Yes, orgy is the right word. Only it'll be the overlords having an orgy on our poor broken backs. It's all in my book. Alan James is...
Shamelessly self-promoting? Katie, how do you think the rest of the world respond to this new approach?
I think they're watching carefully. Advance are the most destructive
This
threats
is-
that the world powers have faced since the last Great War.
Yes, Katie's right. War is inevitable.
Thank you, but that isn't...
I keep waiting for the hammer to drop because I'm in Papers, Please mode to like hate the government and want to like subvert it in my media job.
Out of the wrong orifices?
Mock me all you like,
But like the anti-government people are all assholes so far.
your food and they take you away to their camps for hypno-brainwashing, who will be laughing then?
That might be a great way to sell books, Alan, but you know full well that isn't going to happen in a democracy.
Democracy is dead.
Yes, advance are radical, and change is always frightening, but the truth is that the Wealth and Assets Act has made more than 90% of the population wealthier and is on target to produce a permanent end to
Maybe the
poverty.
hammer will drop at some. The other shoe will drop at some point, but I don't know.
Jeremy, is that these are the
What?
same people. Maybe they've rebranded, but it's
Shit.
all a little circus act
Did
to
they
keep
swear?
us from seeing the tyrant behind the curtain.
Did I miss
That's where
it?
you're wrong, Alan. For a start, they've mobilised the youth vote like we've never seen before.
You say mobilise, I call it grooming. The grooming of an entire generation to walk happily into eternal bondage. They're like psychic paedophiles.
But based on the facts,
I guess he's allowed to say pedophile,
The Assets and Wealth Act is only
which he
the
pronounces
first
like
step.
pedophile.
Advance now have a historic budgetary surplus, and as well as properly funding our public services, they're already funneling unprecedented amounts into scientific research and the arts.
Or, as I call them in my book, Frankenscience and Opie-arts.
Every time I speak, I fuck up at playing the game immediately.
Get back to the issue at hand, please.
It's
Alan.
this is
the issue.
my brain's gonna cook.
It's all coming from the water, the chemicals, they're pumping it full of belief juice.
Oh, are they making the frogs
I want to see
gay?
these changes, but only if they're sustainable. If Advance lose their power after spending half of our GDP on dismantling infrastructure, that could be catastrophic.
The catastrophe is that they're succeeding. They've got us sat here talking about their puppet show.
All right, we're running out of time. Quickly, Alan. What does the future look like to you, Alan?
Bleak space where we've all
Why?
been figuratively sodomized into submission.
Oh, of course. Katie?
We might be on the eve of a brave new world. God knows we need some change, but we need to be cautious. Let's walk forwards with our eyes open.
Two very different visions of the future there. Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. When we come back, I'll be investigating law and order before Megan meets some beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act. That's all coming up tonight on the National Nightly News.
1 minute back.
I was supposed to do an ad,
I
right?
think they might do some good.
I hope so too, Jeremy.
How's it going? Actually, fuck it, I don't care. I hate the fucking news. Oh, bloody hell, I love this tune, though. All right, mate, see you later.
There's 3 things happening at once. I'm gonna fucking die.
By that.
Wait, no. What did he say? Damn it. I'm really frustrated that the replay feature doesn't have a scrabble feature, as far as I can tell. 'Cause in the archive, I just want to go through all those. What's happening? 1 second.
I'm just saying.
Oh shit, you will. She's good. You know she is.
I got a D apparently.
That's all I can do.
10 seconds, everybody.
I think a swear got through and I completely missed it.
3.
Welcome back. In our second segment, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the state of law and order in our country. Advance have already tasked what they are calling a solutions team to move this serious social
Yeah, I
problem
know.
to the top of the list. Tonight, we go behind the headlines to meet the people who live with the criminal justice system every day of their lives. First up, we have Gregory Judge, a lawyer who sees the problems close up on the front line. Can you hear me, Gregory?
Yes, I've got you, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.
What's it like on the front line of the hard face of the cold hand of justice?
Well, as you can imagine, Jeremy, we are massively understaffed in this country. We're working every hour we can just to try and cope with the caseloads on our desks.
Which must affect the quality of support you can offer.
Well, we can barely keep up with demand, Jeremy. There just simply isn't enough being done at a systemic level to relieve the problems. We
What is
need more
about to happen
support
here?
from ministers. We need more support from
Whoa,
ministers.
what's happening?
We need change at a structural level,
I'm
Jeremy.
leaving, Greg.
Not a good time, darling.
Oh my
Never
god.
is it? I'll be at my mother's.
It never is it? Just hang on. Just hang. The problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide. Just give me 5 minutes. I'm talking to Jeremy Thompson.
Oh, have you mentioned your affairs?
Well, the affairs of the Justice Department that we should be concerned about.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Mrs. Jones.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
We need legislation to relieve the pressure on our public.
Sorry to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving?
Yes, I totally understand. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining
What the
us.
fuck is happening?
Next time, John, Constable Bob Peel, a man with a very different perspective.
I would have expected this from your sister.
Problem with the system, Bob.
Well, I'm sure we all do, Jeremy. I am sure we all long for a return to the days when you could safely walk the streets of your community at night, looking in through windows and generally
I can't deal with this
enjoying
echo.
their
I can't deal with
meals
it.
without the risk of being terrorised by some thug with a knife. Or kosh.
So you feel the streets simply aren't safe
I
anymore?
definitely need just to edit the swears visually.
Well, that's not a simple question, Jeremy, but I think it all comes down to moral decay. We've diluted our culture and lost touch with what it means to be a citizen of this once great country. Also, as the vicar noted in Sunday's sermon, we probably shouldn't have banned hanging.
And to what do you attribute this moral decay?
Foreigners, gays and gypsies,
Yep, yeah, okay.
It's all in the Bible.
Okay,
Look,
he's an
Leviticus clearly
ethno-nationalist.
states that- Oh, bugger, hang
They're...
on a moment.
Oh,
Jeremy, bloody gives us
alright, well
scope.
that's in character.
Delia, could you give me a little help, please, dear? As I was saying,
The ethno-nationalist that doesn't like any non-Christian values and non-white people has a gimp in their closet.
Absolutely, Jeremy. Back in your box, Clive. Back in your box. Delia, I really could use a little help with this.
Oh, sorry, darling. I was spaying the badgers.
Yes, I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson. Clive, could you put him back in his box?
Oh, Clive, you know it's Wednesday. Look, back in your gimp space.
And whose responsibility is it to make a change, Bob?
Well, it is certainly not the responsibility of the...
Oop, wrong button.
Where's the padlock?
Routes 1 and 3. Where's the padlock?
This simply won't do. Naughty, naughty, Bob.
Clive, I am not having this again.
Mummy, so get out. No, naughty, you beast.
As I was saying, Jeremy, moral decay. Crime is the responsibility of the criminal, no one else.
Are you doing
Everyone
satire?
has a sob story, but we don't all end up as barbarians, do we? Look, when our daughter Alice comes home with an A-, does she go on a killing spree?
I'm confused.
No, she takes 3 of her pills and hides under the stairs like a normal child.
Thank you, Bob. Bob Peel there, really locking down the police's position on morality for us.
I'm so confused.
Uninterrupted. It's time to get to the heart of the matter.
I get that the game's doing a satire, but is he doing a satire in character? Like, was that a satire in universe?
Burglary and menacing a swamp. He's agreed to talk to us today, which is also, I believe, his birthday. Many happy returns, Tony.
Cheers, Jez. Call me Titwank Tony. Everybody else does.
No, I'm not going to be doing that. Can you tell us what it's like in prison, Tony?
Titwank Tony.
Yeah, stop,
Prison's a
dude.
mixed bag. Structure's quite nice, but it's a constant battle against institutionalization, as you can imagine. And obviously, titwanks are quite hard to come by.
I'm picking up that you're not alone there, Tony.
Titwank Tony. Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a
Oh my
surprise
God.
party. Good
He's
bunch
not
of lads.
catching the hint.
Okay, well, we're trying to let you get back to that party as soon as possible. First, let me ask you this. Do you feel that your time spent in prison helped to rehabilitate you in any way, Tony?
Titwank Tony.
He's trying to kill me.
As easy as that, Jez.
He's trying to kill me, man.
Yeah, I think asking that is an oversimplification.
It sounds like it's getting quite busy there,
That's
Tony, but,
that's what you say to
let's try
sound
and
smart
solve
whenever
it.
someone asks you a question and you don't have an
And you're
answer.
able to find a new job.
Yeah, all the boys
That's
are in.
highly
Big
reductive
Chris,
or derivative.
Little Chris, and Vampire Chris.
Vampire Chris.
This one's, yeah?
One sec, love. Titwank Tony's on the news.
You need to stop. Are you also getting a
Rehabilitation's difficult
divorce?
with the current system, Jez. It's just not set up for it, you know? It's inherently unjust.
It's open.
So, do you feel tempted to... I'm sorry, who's this now?
You are joking. Chrissy Free Bollocks has only got Mr. Fancy, oh.
Titwank.
What now, fellas? I'm on the news.
This is
seems
a,
like we've caught you at a bad
they're
time.
fucking with me. They're fucking with me so hard
I
here.
can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here.
Jesus.
Yes, we seem to be losing the signal here, Tony.
Fucking way, Las Bolitas!
Well, we're just trying to get that signal back. I think we...
What did I even censor that time?
Tony, I mean, we were literally away for 2 seconds. How has this happened, Tony? Can you hear me?
How has this happened?
Well, the viewer at home, have managed to glean a broader understanding
What did I
of
get
the
punished for?
serious and complex issues
I guess I was
around law and order.
watching who was talking
After
enough.
the break, Megan will be live with some plucky young thespians. Don't go away. We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back, everybody.
went well.
Quite drunk, it's been a great night. In this next section, there's a bit of music. If you edit in time with the music, you can see the result on the vision mixer, and the public will love that. Don't worry if you don't know, you won't get punished for it or nothing. Just try and stay in the groove. Also, one last tip, when the music starts, turn down the broadcast volume. Right, enjoy the music bit. God, I love music.
Your face is skinned. 41% of women we surveyed said they loved their visible
I can edit to the rhythm of the music? What the fuck are you talking about? I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind.
Camera 2, going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome's Black. I'm Megan Wolf, and on tonight's Culture Spot, I'll be chatting with one of the first beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act.
What was that?
A team of inspiring young people from Scritchford Sixth Form
Not
College,
happy right now,
who
is he?
today received a grant from Advance to take their play, Hey, Friendship, on a tour of local secondary schools.
I have to add a
Welcome
music
to you
segment
all.
to the
Well, let's
rhythm.
start with you two, Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley-Hamilton. Girls, you must be thrilled.
We are, Megan. We're overwhelmed, to be honest.
And I believe you two are sisters, is that right?
Yes, Charlotte's my oldest. I'm the older, more popular one. I'm joking.
Harriet and Trey were really the ones who came up with the whole idea.
So, Harry and I were shooting the
Oh,
breeze
God.
in the cafeteria.
I'm mixing
and
up my
I said,
numbers.
Hey, let's actually do something.
So I went to look for a drama teacher.
But she'd been laid off due to budget cuts.
He looks so
Fortunately,
packed into that
I
poor
directed a
chair.
friend of mine when I was at university, so I
Couch,
knew
whatever.
the ropes, as it were.
Oh, right, yes, but you're the maths teacher, aren't you?
Yes, that's me, Jeff Algebra, maths teacher.
Maths is really important.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Wow, maths is really
It's
important.
one of the oldest art forms in history. Aristotle believed. I just think that when we travel around all these problem schools and the poor kids see us, they say, hey, I really want to be like those attractive kids. And that's a very beautiful and powerful thing. We touch our audiences, and they touch
Don't
us
touch your
right
audience. Don't touch them.
I suppose with a surname like Algebra, there was really only one choice of career for me. My wife, Angela, and I, we often laugh about it.
Angela Algebra.
Yes.
Angela and
We just want to bring a bit
Algebra.
of song and joy into people's lives.
And teach people about the difficult issues. The issues in the play are what really matter.
And I think you're going to be showing us an extract from this play, aren't you?
That's right. To put into context, I play a young first year who's having some troubles at school.
Her character doesn't actually have a name, yeah? Because in a way, she's like all of us.
It's like a metaphor.
No,
maybe
stop.
She's you at home, or like.
It's
maybe
like a
she's
metaphor. Here, I got you a metaphor. Would you like a metaphor?
Thanks, Steve.
Right, well, I'm going to have a little chat with your teacher.
That's
while
very
you run off and
reductive
get
of you
ready.
to
I can't
ask.
wait to see it. That's it, that way. So,
Why?
Jeff, when did you first hear about grants?
2 days ago. A letter from Advance arrived at the school. Now, the headmaster thought it was all a prank, but his secretary retrieved it from his bin and brought it to me.
Wow, how did you react?
I also threw it in the bin. But then,
Wow.
Harriet and Trey rescued it, and they rang the number at the bottom of the page, and next thing you know, we're on tour.
Wow. Well, I think we can all guess which way you'll be voting from now on.
Do you know what? It's funny because Angela and I don't usually vote. We're not very political. I'm a mathematician, of course, and she's a paraplegic mainly. But
Whoa.
we did used to watch that Peter Clements DIY show back in the day, and so we thought
She's a
why not? Let's
paraplegic
have a go with
mainly.
this whole
Oh no.
democracy thing.
Okay.
And here we bally well are.
Good stuff.
Fucking brilliant.
So, let's have a look at a short
Did I get
section
it?
of Hey, Friendship.
Dear Diary, I'm not sure I can take another day at this school. Another day of tears. Tears. Another day of fears.
Fears.
But still I walk
Fears.
the corridors alone. Alone. Dreading what might be around every corner.
What's around the corner? What's around the corner?
What's around the corner?
What's around the corner?
I'm gonna have a fucking stroke. What the fuck is happening?
Hi, Gary. Oh, heavens, no! It's Gary the Fist!
Gary the Fist! Going somewhere, little first year?
Great. I've been looking for some poor victim to bully all morning. But will this make me feel better about my violent father? Violent father.
I want to die.
I'm late for maths. It's my favourite subject. And so important.
Mixing up all my hotkeys constantly.
Maths is for losers. What? Maths is for losers. My arm's stuck, cunt. Just keep going for fuck's sake. Right, maths is for losers. Now, give me your lunch money.
Double lunch for me today, but why am I only truly happy when I'm eating?
Not today, Gary the Fist.
What do you mean not today? Who are you? Oh, my arm's free coat.
Brilliant, keep going.
Right, who are you to stand up to
I'm
me?
not stuck anymore in my coat.
This, and you're just a sad little girl with 2 gay dads who's all alone.
That's where you're wrong, Gary the Fist.
I'm gonna punch your gay dads out of you somehow with my fist. Ah.
And Blake owns a motorbike.
Yeah.
Wow, a motorbike. That'll stop the
I can't
fist.
fight all 3 of you, and I don't have any friends of my own.
And I can't beat a motorbike. Let's ignore the systematic issue of him not having any friends of his own. That might be why he acts like this way. I don't know. It's hard.
Take a look at me. Take a little look at my face.
Wow, yeah, that's your face.
I could be you. She could be you. And you could be me.
Or you could be me.
Life can be peachy keen if you work as a team.
It's my choice to be mean. So stop now, make a different choice.
Listen to that inner voice.
Hey, listen up, I won't take no crap. Who said middle class girls can't rap? I ain't afraid of your cruel lads. I'm a mother-loving rebel, but I still love maths.
Hey, kids, I'm Gary the Fist. People think that folks like me probably shouldn't exist, but that's just prejudice, and I'd do better if you knew the way that I became Gary the Fist. I grew up on a council estate. The park was hip, but the flats weren't great. My dad used to come home drunk and late, and he'd hit my mum for dinner. He had to wait. Oh, where's my dinner?
It's not ready.
Oh, where's my dinner, woman? Don't make me ask you again.
Hitting women is wrong.
Wow. Thanks, morals.
I guess life's pretty hard on a council estate. 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 It's so damn hard on a council estate.
Life can be peachy keen.
Yeah.
If you work as a
Don't switch to 3.
It's your choice to be me.
It's my choice.
They snuck in a shitty camera.
Make a different choice.
Listen to that inner voice.
Wow, I'm gonna die. Whee! I started to figure out how to do it up a rhythm.
Thankfully, that's all we have time for tonight on the
I'm a
National
goddamn
Nightly
pro.
News. Join us tomorrow night
They're gonna give me a
for all
D.
the headlines from across the country. My name's Jeremy Dawson. Have a peaceful night.
And we're out.
What the literal fuck was that?
I believe.
Oh god, what do I look at? What do I do? Oh shit. Oh fuck, it was the... God, Jesus.
Someone please get these twats out of my studio.
I didn't know what was going wrong. Damn it. I was supposed to switch to the ad.
Mr. Salad.
Oh, god damn it. That's so disappointing.
Human-like voice to keep them
I was like, oh god, which camera angle do I switch to fix this?
and his incredible real-action eyes. It's no wonder Mr. Snugglehugs is the gift your child wants this Christmas.
Do they though?
That's right, little one. You don't want to be left out. Oh, Mr. Snugglehugs, you're so silly.
Oh god, he's a terrifying Furby.
Mr. Snugglehugs in stores now, selling out fast.
Oh. I was doing so good. No! Interference free, not bad censoring, editing was okay, and then I went to the ads late. So late that like it. I had 80% and then it partial censor. Cause I fucked up. At this part I got fucked up, and then I got distracted by the fact that he was swearing, so I had to censor his swearing. But then the censoring of the swearing, which I was like having mixed results on, wasn't the real problem because I had to switch to an ad. God damn it. Oh, look at my score. Listen, they had me like sitting there training on like how to edit to the rhythm of the music and bullshit, and I was like I was trying really hard to nail that shit. I missed a censor. Apparently it makes 10% of people switch off instantly, which I don't know if I believe you, but okay. Alright, took a little break, rotated laundry, ate a popsicle. I repaired my broken pride in this fucking bar graph. Alright, let's go. Is this just for fun, or is there things I can get that I oh. That seems more useful. Yeah. Whoa. You can repair things that are broken? What's broken, though? I don't know if things are repaired right now, or broken right now, right? Toys. It opens on here first. If I hadn't seen this side tab, I might have made the mistake of actually buying one of these pieces of garbage that doesn't do anything, probably. There's a bobblehead. It's Jeremy Bobbleson, which is that guy on the news with fuzzy hair. The joy of physics right there in your desk. Wow. Alcoholic avian. He can't stop drinking. One touch and he'll drink all day. That's how he lost his nest. Wow. Alan James is feeling stressed at work. Nothing helps more than talking a little Alan in your hand and squeezing until his eyes bulge out. Am I supposed to hate Alan for some? Who's Alan? Decorations. The girl half-finished cereal. The half-finished poster. What the fuck? Lickety switch. Get your sound and video swap simultaneously, like a boss. Wait, what? Do I have to switch my sound and my audio separately later? Huh. This baby can handle more power than a puny human mind can comprehend. No more overheating ever. That's like a mechanic I have to deal with apparently later that I've never seen before, so that's concerning. Auto bleep. Why bother bleeping when the auto bleep can do it for you? Soon you won't have to turn up at all. I mean, that would come in handy, obviously. It's very expensive. Groove FM. When you choose a screen during a music selection, Vision Mixer will wait for the next perfect rhythm point. Ah. So automatically get the rhythms right during those segments. Interference filter literally filters white noise out of the broadcast. Now you only have to worry if people are actively hacking in. And that never happens. Wow. Okay. Satellite of love. A satellite that finally responds faster than your mom. I assume that has to do with the fact that when I use the scroll bar to move up and down, it kind of like has a delay to it. This must be like the thing that helps. It must just help this little minigame in the bottom right go faster. So I guess I'll buy that. Nothing. I can't afford anything else that's worth buying. I'm not shamefully watching that again. Rushes. That was a long. Oh, all the rushes are in one menu together, right? Now that I filtered out the echo, I don't know if I need to rewatch stuff as much as I did before, but also, Law and Order, hey, Friendship.
I'm just saying I'll do what I can, that's all.
Bullshit, you will. She's good. You know she is.
I've said I put a word in, that's all I can do.
10 seconds, everybody. Is little JD scared of the big bad culture reporter?
If that sticks,
Bring
I'll
in
just...
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. In our second segment, we're going to be taking a deep... All that, and Megan Wolf with a group of young actors already experiencing the positive side of the new Assets and Wealth Act firsthand. They'll be talking and performing later. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
I don't want to sit here for this long.
Seconds back, everybody. Can we get
Let
the
me
next
skip
thing quickly,
forward.
please?
We actually had to make the book indestructible because people tried to...
I just want to double check what the guy with the GIMP was saying at first about his like supposed values or whatever he was going for. Honestly, it takes too long to rewatch those things. I have to rewatch them from scratch, from beginning to end, with no scrobbling. I'll probably just stop doing that and hope I absorb enough of the information via the fact that I've removed the echo at the moment, which definitely helps. Like, just having the other audio turned off definitely changes how much I can take in. The two repeating voices was clouding everything out, but also the guy in the phone talking fucks me completely. I'm not really taking in any information from the ads as a result because they're turned down, but I don't know. It's a lot. This game's a lot. Day 15. A late night. You arrive home after a long shift to find a note waiting for you on the countertop. You recognize Sam's hurried scrawl. Chris has been evicted for not paying rent. You know where this is headed. Sam's gone to pick up Chris's stuff on the street. Don't wait up. Underlined twice. So this is your fault now, is it? You sulkily press play on the cheap horror film you were going to watch together. It used to absolutely terrify you as a kid, but always makes the two of you laugh. It's not the same without Sam, but you chuckle to yourself occasionally. He got evicted for not paying rent. Literally a week ago, he was like, I need to flee the country because I'm so rich and have so much money, and now he's evicted for not paying rent? That's not even like the time scale that like rent usually works on. In fact, in a lot of systems, I think you can actually be late on one payment, technically, and there's like, it doesn't immediately get you kicked out of the house, because the act of replacing somebody is so much of a pain in the ass that people often kind of deal with that as long as they get their money and eventually, at least on one payment or whatever. I don't know. I don't have a giant sample size to go on. But like, that's also not really the point of like taxing the rich or whatever. Does he just have no money now? Like he went like, oh, that was a person with a lot of money. We took all the money away. Because like, that's not the idea. Like the types of taxes people are actually proposing on the rich don't actually even make them stop being rich. It just, because that's the sheer like number of degrees here, like the scale of it all. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on here. Just as you get to the good bit, the part where Candy decides to investigate alone, your 14-year-old son interrupts. He wants to go to a friend's house. He looks at you in a way only a child can, pleading but somehow defiant. I know that I'll get in I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble when they get back, basically. You tell Charlie no, he's not allowed. He knows he's not allowed this late on. Blah, 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 blah. He knows he's not allowed out this late on a school night. Charlie's voice gets louder and louder as he sees you're not going to change your mind. You pretend that it's for my own good, but really you just want to be left alone. I fucking hate you. He hesitates. What? You pretend it's for your own good, but really you just want to be left alone. Then why would I be... If I wanted to be left alone, I would let you go out. That doesn't even make sense. I don't know. It's a 14-year-old. They're going through emotions times right now, where they just... Everything's fucking amplified. He hesitates. He knows he's gone too far, but in his rage, he can't bring himself to back down. Before you can open your mouth, he stomps up the stairs and slams his door. You check in on your son before you go to bed. You knock on Charlie's door, and when there's no answer, you quietly open it. Your son is under the duvet, sulking. He's determinedly facing the wall, but once it's clear you're not leaving until he talks to you, he sighs and turns to face you. He needs to learn to control his temper. He begrudgingly apologizes for his outburst, and both of you sleep much easier having cleared the air. Whoa. A tight Christmas. Big time skip. So we're stuck living with Chris now. I've lived with him for a month now? Is that what happened? Is Chris with us now? Because if that is the case, like, that's a long month of not a lot of context of what's happening in the world and so on around us. You can't help but crack a smile as you look around the table. The snow is settled on the grass outside. The kids are pulling a cracker, while your elderly mother tries to keep her eyes open. You did always have a soft spot for Christmas. You're sitting at the head of the table now, your dad's place. It's been a tense afternoon. Everyone can feel it. It's the first time you've seen Chris since you refused to part with your passport. Okay, so he didn't move in with us. They got their stuff and went somewhere else, I guess. It's a big change for Sam. The two siblings used to be inseparable. Christmas is usually such a nice time of year. The clatter of cutlery is all that can be heard as Chris stares pointedly at you. Are you having a nice Christmas, Grandma? Your mother stares vacantly at you, confused. She comes back to herself with a start of recognition. Yes, thank you, Alex. It's lovely, she murmurs. It's been happening more and more lately. The clatter of cutlery is all that can be heard as Chris stares pointedly at you. You make a toast. You stand and raise your glass. Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm glad we're all here. There are murmurs of cheers and much clinking of glasses. Chris doesn't move. Yeah, we're all here, no thanks to you. Chris? Sighs Sam. Come on now, it's Christmas. Can't we put that behind us? Sam's right, let's try to enjoy ourselves. Chris turns away from you, taking some frustration out on a cheap cut of roast chicken. Your daughter Susie seizes the opportunity to corner you. You know how you love me? You chuckle. This sounds familiar. I'm not going to like this, am I? You joke. Susie rolls her eyes. You know, me and my friends are planning on going traveling this year? Susie begins innocently. Well, I was hoping you'd help me with the money. She's interrupted by Chris, who makes a derisive snort. I wouldn't hold your breath, Susie. Not known for your generosity, are you, Alex? Ignoring Chris, you smile at your daughter. We'll see so many parts of the world and learn so much about the other cultures, Susie gushes. You sigh and lower your voice. You know money's really tight now that Grandma's staying here. We just don't have that kind of money, Susie. But please, Harriet's parents are helping her. I'm sorry, I wish we could afford it, but we can't. What? You promised, the daughter yells. Can't wait to deal with children, huh? She looks from the face of one parent to the other and opens her mouth to speak. Instead, she lets out a frustrated shriek and buries her head in her hands. Chris starts to applaud. Motherfucker, I'm taking care of Grandma. We don't have money. Jesus Christ. And the Parent of the Year award goes to... Okay, you can go in the fucking garbage disposal, sir. Like, Chris starts a sarcastic drum roll on the table. You look to Sam for support, but none is forthcoming. Pay no attention, Susie. Chris goes on. Alex has no time for their family. Isn't that right? You can't bring yourself to speak. Pathetic. Chris puts an arm around Susie and escorts her out of the room. Why the fuck is Chris here? Get out of my house. Sam follows without meeting your gaze. What, does Sam also disagree with all the choices I'm making? Sam's my spouse. We have like a fucking like we have a budget. Do we not have a budget? Is this not, is the thing I say not true? I can't tell if I'm being like shitty to my family or if I'm actually saying true things like, hey, we don't really have money because we're taking care of Grandma who's like falling apart right now. Like, am I genuinely under economic hardship and that's reflecting my choices? Or am I just being a huge dick for some reason? Because like, I don't know which one it is, and like these choices don't quite have the context I want for them, because I don't know if I'm telling the truth or not. Like, it'd almost help to have like in Papers, Please, you have X amount of money at a given time, and then like you make choices of like who gets medicine, who gets food, and stuff like that, and that eats into your and who gets do we get air conditioning, and that all like eats into your budget. Like, having concrete information like that would be really useful. Like, okay, what are my expenses this month and how much did I make this month? Can I afford to send my daughter on this trip? Otherwise, I'm sitting here like having to guess whether I'm making a responsible choice or if I'm a Scrooge or something. Charlie excuses himself awkwardly as you start to clear the plates in silence. Have you had a nice birthday, Pat? Your mother chimes in cheerfully. Merry fucking Christmas. Bleep that after 2 seconds. Ooh, more time skip. It was day 15 a minute ago. It's been over a month and a half. You're leafing through the pile of accumulated post. Each new bill pulls on your gut like a lead weight until a flash of blue makes you pause. Recognizing the teal Advance logo on the envelope, you tear it open. Dear Winston residents, thank you for sending us your passports for approval. We can now confirm their receipt and validation for the new Assets and Wealth Redemption Scheme. Hopefully this will make the last month of arguments with Sam worth it. As such, it is our pleasure to enclose a check, which we hope you will see as a symbol not only of our gratitude to you, but our unwavering commitment to creating a society free of inequality. The throbbing of your fresh, speed-induced paper cut is the only reason you can't believe that you can believe you're awake. A check, and a sizable one at that. Chris was right. Advance really are redistributing the wealth. We will continue to strive for the betterment of this nation and its people. Forwards together, Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. The weight of your financial burden lessens slightly. It's bliss. Dude, it was day 15. I haven't been at work in so long, or I haven't had to make a choice to be at work, at least. Why does the zip on this damn case never close? It's your anniversary. Every year, you and Sam go away for the weekend, usually camping. You're not made of money. You've been looking forward to it for ages, finally getting some time alone together, where you can forget about the noise of life. No kids, no work. Just a bit of romance and some peace and quiet. The zip finally gives up the battle and you drag the bulging suitcase down the stairs. The answering machine is blinking on the hall table. Good evening, Alex. This is Mr. Bozeman. I'm calling to inform you that you'll be required to work this weekend. Your heart sinks. Some information has come to light concerning the rising tensions between our nation and the foreign powers, and the National Nightly News team will be working around the clock to ensure that we break the story first. Needless to say, I will expect your attendance tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. sharp. Have a pleasant evening, Alex. Shock turns to annoyance and then fury. What are you going to tell Sam? Sam comes downstairs, brimming with excitement. Kissing you, they grab the car keys from the dish and start to load your bags to the back. I'm gonna get my ass fired, aren't I? But I can always pretend I had already left. We're already putting our bags into the car. We can just pretend I was already gone. I didn't get that message. Whoops. You need this weekend. Message deleted. What was that? Comes a voice from behind you. Nothing important. You reply as you put on your coat, adrenaline coursing through your body. Grabbing Sam around the waist, you practically slam the front door. You may as well enjoy your time off. You're going to pay for it on Monday. Nothing helps you enjoy a trip like stress built into the very trip itself. Go full family vacation. When you get to work on Monday morning, you get sour looks from your exhausted colleagues. A note sits waiting for you. The immaculate script is blood red. I'm very disappointed, Winston. Was it worth it? Interesting. We're not doing any of the broadcast job for so long. I'm kind of wondering if, like, it's just so intensive that you need so many actors and, like, a camera crew, and this whole thing has to be set up to do the show. I wonder if they're kind of, like, hitting their constraints of what they can afford, and so a lot of the story has to be carried by these VN segments between the main gameplay. Your son, Charlie, hovers at your elbow as you read. Do you find yourself striving to achieve? Are you an active member of the team? Do you like reaping the benefits of cooperation? Join the Advanced Go-Getters today. Forwards together. This doesn't sound like the youth club he told you about. Charlie grabs the flyer from you and thrusts a form into your hand. So I can walk there straight from school and Ben's sister can drop us home after. You won't have to do anything. You sign the permission slip for your son to join the Advanced Go-Getters. We'll see how this goes. This could be bad. Your son is thrilled. It's heartwarming to see him so passionate about becoming an active part of the community. It is. Like, it sounds good, but I constantly expect to find out this is all horrible, is the thing. This can only be a good thing. Can it? Is he gonna turn into a little Nazi? Day 101, free ticket. Some guys at work gave them to me, they can't go. Sam stands in front of you brandishing 2 tickets. You see the title in bold letters. Alan James is right. In front of you. No, not this guy. Fuck this guy. I'm really unsure. What do you think? Shall we go? I don't think so. That guy's a nut job. I'm sorry, you say, but I can't sit through any more of his crap. Sam bursts into fits of laughter. Thank God, I was worried you were going to say yes. You decide to stay in and eat pizza. Alan James isn't worth your time. He does genuinely seem like a fucking lunatic. A profitable partnership. After a particularly long day at work, you come home to find the posts sorted into piles, as Sam has taken to doing recently. Most of it is the usual rubbish, but a letter from the increasingly familiar Advance logo in urgent respond immediately, plastered on the front as a correspondingly urgent red font, grabs your attention. Best get it over with. Dear Winston residents, this letter is to inform you that the Advance government has taken another step forwards in our fight for equality. By nationalizing the largest private corporations and redistributing their sources among the citizens of this great country, the Partnership Bonds program ensures that wealth created by the people is delivered to the people. You don't remember this being in the manifesto. Every household would become a partner in 2 of 4 carefully selected institutions, chosen by Advance for consistent high performance and financial security. Please note all returns are based on public opinion and cannot be guaranteed. Please select one of the following. Every household will become a partner in 2 of our 4 carefully selected institutions. EOB, Eye of the Beholder Incorporated. Whether it's cosmetics, clothing, or couture, we see the beauty in all of our customers. Neil's Deals Limited. It's always a steal from Crazy Neil. What? Pleasure Core. Our business is your pleasure. From sport to travel or even some you time. You can't say pleasure without leisure. Remington Swiss. We're everywhere in everything. A worldwide company for a worldwide community. Crazy Neil. We're all gonna become a partner with each of these. Like we're all becoming financial partners of one of these companies? Weird. You know what? I'm gonna throw in with Neil's Deals. I'm gonna die, aren't I? And for your second bond, please select one of the following. Deals and Pleasure? Thank you for making your selection. Please return this form using the envelope provided. You will receive a report from your partnership in 3 to 6 working months. It seems even Advance can't defeat the quagmire of governmental bureaucracy. The future of this nation is partnership. Forwards, together. Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Just how much influence could you have? This is becoming farcical almost, how long ago day 15 was. Oh, loading screen. Is it time? Look how big those feed buttons are compared to his hand. Holy crap. Is that normal? The Tempest. Like, literal or metaphorical? Nope. I don't like having that picture of those people anymore because I betrayed one of them, apparently. Oh, I think it's actually raining outside.
Good evening, Alex. It's Boozman here, your boss. While you're powering up and getting the adverts loaded, I thought I should just tell you that we've had one of those public information films from the government, and it's mandatory that you play it. You still have a free choice for the other 2, so read those tape labels carefully, but make sure you play the advance advert, preferably at the second break. Right, that's the lot. Have a great show, total pimp. My god, that weather looks nasty.
My god, that weather looks nasty. Oh god, it's starting. I have 16 seconds. Oh shit. Must be played. Radical new transition centers. Fuck is a I feel like something bad's gonna happen. But I've been waiting for the whole game for something bad to happen. Check your prostate, Tommy. Oh shit.
The capital. Tonight, in an
God damn it! Can I start over? God damn it! God damn it, one thing can go wrong so bad. That's so frustrating.
Exclusive live
The
interview
power
with
wasn't
Prime
on.
Ministers
That's the
Julia
mistake I
Salisbury
made.
and Peter Clement. I'll be asking what this mysterious symbol.
The fuck is the beep? What happened? I don't... it can be so frustrating. There's just so many moving parts and several screens that like it can completely fall apart. And you like, it's not good at giving you feedback about what's going wrong. So you just like, you just lose. So I didn't turn my my power on at the beginning. That fucked me.
I should just tell you that we've had one of those public information films from the government, and it's mandatory that you play it. You still have a free choice for the other two, so read those tape labels carefully, but make sure you play the advanced advert, preferably at the second break.
Check your prostate checks. I think I have like a incentive if I'm a partner with Crazy Neil to like make Crazy Neil get more ad time. This seems
He has a complicated relationship with his family.
that seems like actually like
Sorry,
unethical.
Are you saying he chose his imaginary friend in the sky over you?
I don't know why I talked to you.
You're probably just really awful big.
10 seconds, everybody. Like I said, all of you.
Did your personality accidentally slip out?
Correct. It's going in 5, 4.
Your personality slip out.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Dawson.
And I'm Megan Wolfe. Our main stories tonight.
Uncooperative. A mysterious symbol has appeared overnight on thousands of buildings throughout the capital.
Tonight, in an exclusive live interview with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, I'll be asking what this mysterious symbol might mean.
Critics have been quick to dismiss the graffiti as a publicity stunt or an act of frustration by a tiny, disorganized group of those who will never, under any circumstances, be content.
We shall overcome. Trapped in Dante's taint for more than a month now, doctors Ingrid Svorsborg and Horgensvoord and David Wong announced today that they're considering 2
I
possible
don't
options.
understand.
With 2 of the finest minds in science working together, hopes are still high for the eventual return of the team to dry land.
While both options are still on the table, support seems
Operation
to be growing
Escape
for a
and
daring
Survive.
escape
I don't...
attempt.
What's
If
going
a
on?
group of fungus experts can't fix the most advanced craft ever conceived by man, then who can?
Bearing their opinions, the formerly rich are fighting back with a naked protest.
Our very own Robin Short was on hand earlier today when this new protest group first presented themselves.
It might seem amusing to us, but clearly this formerly overprivileged section of our society is not adjusting well to the new future. It's often too easy to forget that not every citizen is thriving under advance.
Fallen Angel, notorious addict
You have to,
Johnny
like,
Handsleeve seems to have reached
absorb
a new
so much
low in his
information and make a
battle with
choice
blues,
on the
as
fly.
This recent picture reveals.
Johnny's star certainly lacks its former glow these days, with public concern over his mental and physical health growing at an alarming rate.
Since being banned from the national squad earlier
I'm
this
ruining
year
this
after
man.
urinating on a referee during a friendly against East Grinchley, things seem to have gone from bad to worse for Hamsleeves.
I've just spitefully decided to ruin the life of this one guy.
And onwards and upwards. In an attempt to put the Mr. Snugglehugs disaster behind them, Rimington's Fist CEO Sophia Rimington today announced a brand new product that already has the markets buzzing with interest.
This groundbreaking product came as quite a shock when it was revealed earlier today.
Lord Master
though its critics are
5000.
skeptical that the young CEO can fulfill her promises.
Described as a breakthrough far ahead of its time, the male contraceptive pill is heralding a sexual revolution. Its fans are celebrating the fact that men can finally take equal responsibility for contraception, but others have expressed concerns over its safety and side effects.
With that exclusive Prime Ministerial interview coming up later.
And our very own Patrick Bannon coming to you live from the first annual Sports Board final.
You won't want to miss a second of
I'd be a little
tonight's
worried about people
national
lying
ranking
about
news.
being on the thing. What if people lie about being on the pill? Yeah, oh yeah, I think it's faster now. But people could lie about being on the pill and then get someone pregnant or something, because it'd be hard to tell. Yeah, baby, I took it.
First tonight, after the Christmas horror caused by Mr. Snugglehugs, we have an exclusive interview with one of the victims.
Poor 7-year-old Timmy Tadlock, like so many of those affected by the Christmas bloodbath, has spent the last 3 months undergoing a series of reconstructive facial surgeries.
Last week, joyfully, he spoke for the first time since the tragedy. Tonight, he talks to us.
Before we go to the interview, however, this station would like to issue a full and frank apology for any part we may have played in the tragedy. We should never have advertised Mr. Snugglehugs.
Oh
Without
no.
publicity, the sheer scale of this tragedy, and now upwards of 8,000 casualties, might have been averted.
Oh my god.
The Nightly News team, we're sorry.
In future, we will do better.
Now it's
Will
over
we,
to
though?
Robin Short at the Tadlock family home. Robin?
Why'd you go me that
I'm
tape?
here with Mr. and Mrs. Tadlock and their 7-year-old son, Timothy.
Oh my god, the
Thanks for
Furby was
spending time
truly
with us
evil
today.
and it like ruined somebody's life.
At all after what you lot did. Irresponsible. I mean, whose idea was this anyway?
It's all right. Wasn't your fault. As you can see, Megan, there's still a few open wounds here. I'll check carefully.
Whoa,
I'm going to
don't
speak
say
to
that.
Timmy. Hello, Timmy. Can you see me?
Mummy, who's that lady?
It's the lady from television, Timothy. She's going to ask you a few questions.
You be careful now, it upsets him to remember.
Don't worry, Mr. Tadlock. I wasn't the youngest ever editor of the Swinstead Middle School Inquirer for no reason.
I don't do
So,
weird
Timmy,
bragging.
Can you tell us what happened to you? You had just unwrapped Mr. Snugglehugs, hadn't you? Was he under the tree?
Yes, I could smell him already. He smelled like
How are we gonna
love.
not have him remember?
Yes, that'll be the fur. It's scented with hoof.
I was
It's
so
hoofs.
excited.
What does
I
half
ran
fuck
up
is
to my
us?
room and
What's a
gave him
hoof
big
smell like?
hug. He was so soft and warm, like our cat, before he got in the way of Daddy's Porsche.
And what did Mr. Snugglehugs say to you?
He blinked his real action eyes and said, "You're my very best friend." But I sure wish Mrs. Snugglehugs was here, and she can't be, for just $89.99. And then it's a general error. 41.
And is that when he burst into flames?
Careful.
And then he exploded.
Oh, look, I've asked you nicely.
And am I right in saying that one of his real action eyes is now permanently embedded in your cheek?
Yes. When I took him in at night...
How the fuck does anything get permanently embedded in a cheek?
I know it's under there.
Surgery exists.
Yeah, some of the other children have started calling him Timmy Three Eyes. And
Why?
with his glasses,
Why are you telling?
that's
Why are you
fine.
saying his bad nickname in front of him?
And what's the last thing you remember before the darkness overtook you?
He looked at me with his one eye and laughed. Laughed as he burned.
Oh my god.
It sounds very traumatic. Do you have nightmares?
All right, that's quite
Do you,
enough of
Timmy?
you two coming in here with your camera, trying to make a buck out of our suffering.
I would say this is my fault, but why was there a tape?
Timmy, do you think you will ever be what we can call normal again?
Jesus Christ, lady.
You've made him cry with all three of his eyes.
Calm down, you're excited. Do you think
You
your
made him
parents
cry out of
will
all
ever
three of his
feel
eyes.
again?
Right, that's it. Enough. Come on,
I'm
baby.
hungry, Mr. Tadlock. So there you have it, Megan.
Oh my god, she's a horrible correspondent. I don't accept any responsibility for things I've done.
Thank you, Robin. Harrowing stuff.
It's not my.
Many questions to be answered by
It's not my fault there was a tape. I didn't put the tape there or sell the product.
Turn this crisis around.
Everyone else is in
What are
trouble.
the warning signs a consumer should look out for when they're spotting a dangerous toy?
Well, Megan, experts advise to always check for the new Advanced mark, which guarantee a level of safety and quality.
Yeah, can we just get a close-up on camera 3 here? So if we take a look at this National Nightly News mug, you should see the mark just on the base of it there.
In the wake of the scandal, the government were praised for their swift response
Yeah, I know.
in bringing in this set of stringent checks and new products.
It certainly is good to know that someone's watching out for our families. When we come back, our very own Patrick Bannon will be live from the Sports Board Finals. Stick around, you won't want to miss it.
We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back. Oh, sorry, I'm bursting.
Oh, that's.
Megan.
Yes, she is.
I'm so bad at keeping track of this timer.
Women are coming.
I'm so focused on everything else. 7th grade B. I'm full to bursting.
Alex, Boozman, we're getting reports in that naked protesters might try and spoil the sports board final by waving their fleshy bits about. Try and make sure you don't broadcast it. It's 6 p.m. for God's sake. No one wants to see fannies on the news. Boozman out.
There are definitely people that want to see fannies on the news, just so we're clear. Don't pretend to know your audience.
You'll pass on painlessly, surrounded by those you love, in comfort and luxury.
Well, I'm sorry.
Isn't that what we all deserve at the end of a life well lived? Our expert legal team will help you make all those difficult arrangements, and our aftercare team will help your dependents through the grieving process, ensuring your final wishes are carried out efficiently
That's all right, fine. Jenny, there's nothing wrong with the auto cue.
10
seconds.
I just got the trip again. Have they not fixed this?
Want to see us fry? It's good for the ratings.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly
Fucking
News.
fake me out.
Coming up later, we'll be speaking to the Prime Ministers about their exciting new healthcare
Are they killing old people?
transition
Is that what I just got hinted at?
You're absolutely right, Jeremy. But first, we're going now to our own Patrick Bannon, who's reporting live from the finals of the new game that's gripping the nation, Sports Board. Patrick?
That's right, Megan. You join me live here from the final of the first annual Sports Board Championship. It's been a hotly contested competition so far. I think it's fair to say these two have been dancing around each other all season. First up, we have Eddie
Did he just sign with his face?
Striker has got an accuracy of 7, a danger rating of K, and a 12-month driving ban. Striker's known for his signature move, the lanky hamster. And
The lanky hamster.
tonight, hoping to prove himself with a career record of 12 outs, 14 finishes, and a divorce pending. It's Mr. Wingspan himself, Tommy, the Fingernail Harris.
What the
Just waiting
fuck?
for the ref now. The slapping ceremony is taking part. Still going on.
Gotta like strategically avoid naked people.
She won the trivia round earlier on by some margin. Harris, perhaps the brawn and not the brains. Stupid. Eddie Striker.
Can I not censor nudity manually?
Nice start there from Striker. She's determined not to let the nerves show. Not after last time. On to Mr. Harris now. Tommy.
What is this game?
Using his arm to pick up the ball.
Wow, using his arm like an arm would do.
Not a bad shot there from Harris. Back to Striker.
I don't.
Shot number 3. All right.
I've never understood less what's happening.
She's gone to sort of throwing it under her legs.
Wow, what
not bad, if you ask me.
a hot trick.
Bit of business with the ref, but it got sorted out. Back to Harris now. A ball in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. I'd say that's fair, but what do I know? Oh no! And Harris is not
This is really hard.
So really not the start there. Tommy Harris in round 1. We can only hope the round 2 treats him.
I'm trying to like show the shot and it landing, and it's hard.
Section, it's time to change ends. Now we have the ceremonial changing of the ends.
Where's the nudity? I was promised nudity.
Starting positions, as that makes sense. Striker giving it large.
Where they just changed size, but they didn't change size.
We're into round 2 now with Harris. Okay, we seem to have some sort of streak on the pitch. Apologise to be
All right, we'll just stay away from 4.
She appears to have slogans across her breasts and arms.
All right.
Try and ignore all of that security. I'm sure we're going to take them out as soon as possible. Apologise if we broadcast any of that. As I said, we're going to get the situation resolved as soon as possible. They're trying to carry on play, but it's proving really difficult, and I'm struggling to follow because it's quite an eyesore. And women's body, yeah. All right.
The women's bodies.
And Harris absolutely determined to
She
close that
immediately threw.
gap.
Didn't even get a chance to see the camera.
Eddie
All right.
Striker.
This is the worst broadcast
No, it's
ever.
one of the tightest play I've seen ever.
I've missed like every shot.
Harris.
I don't know the sport. I can't even.
Offensive thumb screw. We haven't seen that since the Heats. What
Did
a
that even go in?
brilliant move.
Half the time I can't even tell who has the ball.
Back to Striker. And we know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. That is, of course, the ground sound.
The fuck is happening?
Excellent bit of play here on both sides of the bucket.
his
I don't know about your
face.
home, but I'm finding the technical mastery display here absolutely blooming jaw-dropping.
Oh my god. Look at this incredible athleticism.
Neck or head.
Look at this
Harris
shock.
is having an absolute shocker. What a miserable start there for Tommy Harris. But he is a late bloomer, of course, I've always said that. And after all, it is a game of two halves. 4 rounds and
I
7
don't understand
But now, of course, it's time for
anything.
the half-time show. Sponsored by Remington's Fist.
This Blurns bullshit. Who has the ball?
Must be some music here, too.
Oh, they're dancing now. It's doing the dancing. Yeah. A lot of boob sweat. Oop, okay. Alright. Yay! Let's watch this dancing guy that doesn't have any nudity on him.
Ruining what was shaping up to be quite the dance interlude there. Now he's thrusting himself in Harris's face. Security's on it. And the bucket's been knocked over!
Oh no, the bucket's been knocked over. How could they? Oh no. Who would knock over the bucket? Trying very hard to keep this out of frame.
Taken away, never to be seen again.
This is an interesting challenge to have. Look at this guy.
And a lovely finish there on both sides of the bucket. I wouldn't like to call that one. And as we head into round 3, I'd love to know what's going on in these two players' heads. But
I
unfortunately,
have no fucking clue what's going on in their heads. I don't understand anything. Anything. Nothing makes sense to me anymore. I'm gonna have a meltdown.
Boys give me the eye all day. I don't know what's going on there. Striker there, not a great start. She looks a bit flustered, I think, after all that swinging around. Back to Harris here. Oh, what I wouldn't give to be that ball. Am I right, ladies?
What?
Tommy Harris.
Yeah, I want to get thrown into the garbage by this beautiful man.
And it dribbled down his arm, which is actually a really good move, because of course if it dribbles
What?
down his arm and goes on the floor, it's not going in the bucket.
They're fucking with me. They're fucking with me. Like, I'm trying to understand the sport, and they just do the most bizarre fucking actions.
And Striker's gone for the animal bonus there, but of course, perhaps... And yes, Harris has counted it with a tiny bell. That is wonderful play.
This is a fucking...
Look at her face.
This is...
Absolutely gutted. What a mug.
Is this like an improv contest? What's happening? So I'm not even throwing it into the ball. Like, I keep trying to see them throw the ball in the bucket, but they're doing like weird pranks. He just dropped it on purpose, and the guy said like it was good that he dropped the ball. Like, why would that be good?
Not bad there. He threw it quite far away from him, which is quite a good idea. Very clever there.
Is their goal to not go in the bucket?
Caution from the referee, who's being, if you ask me, a little bit harsh. Ellie Striker.
I think their goal is to not put the ball in the bucket.
And she's let the nerves get to her. What the hell was that? You hate to see it, don't you? You cannot believe it.
I think she just... Oh. Oh, that guy snuck in. I think they're supposed to not put the ball in the bucket. Like, they're supposed to do anything besides that. Like, if they successfully avoid putting it in the bucket, then like they win. So they're just doing nonsense. Where they just they do anything else, like they'll I'm overwhelmed a little bit. Can we just like stop broadcasting until you guys learn how to lock doors, you assholes? Let's just look at this boring guy. He's probably fine.
Jog on! It's an absolute bloody...
I don't believe how this game's like, oh, the viewership's gonna drop when this happens. Like, the viewership would spike like crazy. Like, look at this shit that's happening on the telly. Oh, it's fucking hilarious. This is like a 3 accents at once.
Really high-level play here from two absolute juggernauts of the sport.
Look at her, she's got her tits out.
The bucket getting moved back to its proper place. About time, if you ask me.
What do you mean? About time.
She's juggling it around from her hands.
Wow, yeah. Oh, look at the intensity. The intensity.
And she's put it in her mouth like as if it was an egg. And now she's and she spat it out. She did the egg spit. So a wonderful move there, quite late on.
Where'd it go?
From Striker.
Where'd it go?
But she's in it to win it.
This is intentionally the least followable sport ever. Because the whole game is just to fuck with me.
Having a bit of beef.
This is a prank on me, this entire sport. Like, oh, hey, you think you can follow this shit? Good luck.
Banana, which is an interesting move. Not sure if you have that as potassium or what's going on today with Haps.
I want to die.
And the banana was the ball! What a fantastic move there from Harris!
Wow, the banana was the ball. What a plot twist.
There we go, Jeremy, that is over.
Was that good or bad? I can't tell if it was good or bad.
We just have to wait for the referee now to announce it to make sure it is all official.
I swear got in because I didn't hear it. I didn't hear the swear. Like it snuck in and I was like, ah, fuck.
And the winner of the first annual Sports Board Championship is everyone!
Wow! Yay! Everyone wins! Let's dunk on people. Ah, party, party. Ah, God, yay. Celebrating. I don't understand any. Oh. What? You electrocuted yourself into unconsciousness and consequently the broadcast was... What the fuck? What do you mean? What? What? I don't understand.
Being trapped in your own body as it slowly wastes away.
You can see the beginning of this part now, I guess.
On reality, well, it doesn't have to be that way.
Alex, Boozman, we're getting reports in that naked protesters might try and spoil the sports board final by waving their fleshy bits about. Try and make sure you don't broadcast it. It's 6 p.m. for God's sake. No one wants to see fannies on the news. Boozman out.
World-class kitchens, or collect your thoughts in our beautiful gardens. And when it's time, at the end of your stay, you'll pass on painlessly, surrounded by those you love, in comfort and luxury. Isn't that what we all
Wait, do I have to replay the entire...
Our expert legal team...
I have to replay that entire segment? That was so long! Just because they, like, surprise murdered me in a thing? I didn't know you could do that.
Ensuring your final wishes are carried out.
That's alright, fine. Jenny, there's nothing wrong with
Wait,
your autocue.
10 seconds.
what a-
Oh, I just felt a drip again. Have they not fixed this?
What a
fine.
what a miserable so I guess I was supposed to... The feeds... The vision mixer, I think it's called?
To the national nightly news.
So I had...
Coming up later, we'll be speaking to the Prime
Okay,
Minister.
so what I had to do is I had to turn off the power and turn it back on, but like I don't want to start that
About
whole
their
segment.
exciting new healthcare facility.
Fuck, you can tell from the timer, that was 10 minutes long. Dude, that is one hell of a failure state. You throw a surprise like death mechanic in out of nowhere, like death-like mechanic just completely out of nowhere, and then you do it at the end of a 10-minute segment? That's like cruel. I don't know. I don't really. I think I'm done. I think I'm gonna stop there. I've been doing this for like 2 hours, right? Like I should probably stop here. Actually, this is going on for a long time. I realized that the this is an early access game, so even if I beat what's out right now, I'm not like actually like quote unquote finishing the game. We have to wait for like the game to get finished being made, and it'll be much longer and all that. So my initial plan of beating it in one go is kind of inherently not the case anyway, because it's not even done yet. But oh, this was neat. Not for broadcast. This was interesting. It's a really different like special gameplay experience, and it's neat how much work goes into this whole process of all the multicam and all this other stuff. That's really cool. I really question the logic of ambushing the player with an instant fail mechanic out of nowhere at the end of a 10-minute sports thing. The sports game itself was really funny to edit, but the having to start the entire thing over, oh my god. That's like soul-sucking. I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to check out this game and keep an eye on it and play it in its current state, but also maybe keep an eye on it for future updates so you can play it when it's done and so on too. There's a link in the description, like always, to the Steam page. Thanks to Terrangator for requesting this on Patreon. Thanks for watching like always, guys, and I'll see you next time. And also, you know, thanks to developers for sending me code so I can preview their game. Always got that, like, that list of things to say in an arbitrary order and then forget half of them. This was uniquely stressful to play, but it's funny that all the things that were stressing me out weren't what got me. What got me at the end was that. Alright, well, see ya.